well, what is this? Intro 5, 6, 7. I'm not even counting anymore. My name's Adam. This is my YouTube channel. You're just gonna have to ignore the cars that are constantly driving by. Thought I picked an abandoned enough place, but never works out right. This is a 2022 Honda Accord in the sport trim level in their popular Sonic Gray. And we're gonna be doing an in-depth exterior, interior, and a little test drive review of what you get when you choose the Honda route. Alrighty, jumping into this Accord. How I always like to do my reviews, take a look at the exterior first, walk around it, point out some significant things that you get with this trim level. This being a sport, there's two different trims for the sport. There's the more lower end appearance sport like this one, then there's the SE, which is the special edition, which just gives you a bunch of extra stuff that you don't really need because you're buying a Honda. You're getting the reliability factor, then you're just throwing on extra things just to make it more pretty and user-friendly. I'm gonna throw in right now all the available colors for 2022, so you can pick your color choice. This is a pretty popular one. It is an additional fee, flat fee on top of the car's sticker price, being it's a special color and a lot of people like it so they can make more money. But we're gonna jump into the front first. One thing being the Sport versus the LX Sport or the EXL. There's a couple different trim levels. This is a mid-grade one. Is the Sport, you get gloss black everything, big blacked out 19-inch wheels. And then I like this, all the trim on the outside versus just that pretty chrome, it's like this brushed finish and it looks really good. It's like a metallic and it looks all right on camera. You're gonna have to excuse all the cars driving by. Thought I went to a secluded enough place, but I guess not. We got this from the good folks, Howdy Honda in Austin, Texas. They're great, highly recommend them if you're in the Central Texas area. One thing for 2022 is that the Sport is the lowest trim level that you can get now. They cut the LX, which, that being said, you're doing pretty good if this is the lowest grade car that you're buying. But we're gonna look at the headlights first. Your standard lights are LED, your high beams are LED, you have the daytime running light, and you have LED fog lights. Then coming to the middle of the grille, this good box down here, if you can read that, it's Honda Sensing. What that is, that's all your smart features that you get when you're driving, all the nanny assist. Honda has been doing this for a while now, and they were doing it even earlier in their Acuras. So the technology's gotten pretty good. It's not full on super cruise like what GM and Tesla have, but it's adaptive cruise control, so it does assist you in a lot of ways. That being lane departure, so you start swerving out of the lane, it'll guide you back in smoothly and alert you. There's also the distancing. Those sensors will distance from the car in front of you and start braking and slowing down for the speed that you have set. And then a couple other just handy features. We're gonna go over to the side now. Here we are. We're gonna take a look at these wheels. These are 19-inch alloy wheels. They're 235 40s. Goodyear Eagle Tours. These are good tires, they're wide. Then, of course, being a Accord, it's got great four-wheel disc brakes, front and rear. I love how there's a shortage on caps for the tires, so they put on green ones. That's good. Then you got your mud flaps front and rear. One complaint on our 2020 LX Accord that we had before this, it's the same gen body style. Not a lot has changed, but the wheel liner was horrible. It was just plastic, so the road noise was pretty bad going down the road. Like you heard a lot of tire noise, highway, all that stuff. Good thing Honda's doing now is you have the fabric, this like carpet inside, so it insulates the road noise really well. So this car is super quiet on the road now. Like I said, being an LX, you have the paint matched black mirrors, gloss black. You've got the regular chrome on the side, blacked out pillars, color matched handles. The mirror is adjustable via inside on the driver's side panel, and they're heated too, so when it's cold out, so it's not fogged over. Then this little blacked out fin on the top is for your radio, Sirius, and all that extra stuff. Sport gives you a blacked out spoiler. You get the dual exhaust, comes out both sides. Well, that's going to cover the exterior. Let's jump into some things on the inside. Okay, we're going to jump on the inside, but before we do that, I'm going to show you the key fob. It is a push button, but it does not have remote start or the keyless entry. That would be an SE or EXL or Touring option in the higher trim level Accords. Okay, Honda does a really good job in their paint department when they're putting these cars together. Like, for being an economy, luxurious sedan economy car, they do a really good job putting the whole thing together. What I'm getting at is, like, not trying to dog American brands, but Ford in particular, they've been really bad on their F-Series because they've been having to pump those trucks out so badly that some of the spots in the door jams, the paint is not correct and it has to get redone because people are not happy with the way their $70,000 and $80,000 truck came out, put together way too quick. But they did a really good job. Just looking everywhere in the door panels, the paint is immaculate. And that's what you want to see. Then, being a Sport, it's got the dark interior, the black cloth, the leather sides to be sporty, and you got this fake gloss carbon fiber. It's on the front two door panels and it goes across the dash. It looks really nice. And we got a brand new tint, so we can't do the windows, but the front two windows are auto. Okay, buddy, just get on that C10. Alrighty. And of course, power locks, and there's your controls for your power mirrors. There goes a cat eye just cruising down with this bad suspension. That's good. This does have the, I guess, upgraded audio system because we have tweeters up here, then your low vocals and the door speakers. And this is where you access the trunk, which we'll take a look at that after the inside. But now we're gonna move over to the seats. These seats are super supportive and comfy. They're more stiff being a Sport to hold you in, but they're still very comfy and hold you on the sides good. But got leather headrest, leather on the side, cloth running in the middle. Then the driver's side seat in the Sport gives you power. You got lumbar, you got your back, and you can raise the seat up and down and back and forward. There's no program, but it is power, at least on the driver. Then passenger is manual sliding and all that good stuff. And also they threw in all 4 Accord mats and in the trunk too. So you're not just with the carpet. Now we're gonna get on the inside. Now that we're on the inside, let's go ahead and start it up. Just put your foot on the brake, press the button, and there we are. You get the nice Honda chime. Turn off the climate control so you don't hear the blower motor. Yeah, this thing's high mileage already. It's got 82 miles on it. No, I'm just kidding. But Honda does a really good job with their system. I'm really happy with it. I like how, we'll go to tachometer. I like how in the instrument cluster, you have an analog speedometer, but then everything else is digital and fully customizable. Then on the left, you have your engine coolant temp. That's normally 4 bars up when it's all the way warmed up, and then your fuel gauge on the right. Then to access all the extra stuff is just through the screens. So we can run through that real quick. This is the standard tachometer, what most of y'all would use. Or you can go one down to your range and fuel. So you have trip A, then you also have trip B, and you just reset whichever one you want, and you can see the range of how much gas you have left, the miles you've gone, and the average fuel economy ever since you reset that trip. You can go down one more to speed and time. So you can also reset that one, and it'll tell you your average speed and how long you've been going for. Wouldn't really use that one. This is new audio, so whenever you're playing something on the infotainment system, you can get a little bit more information right there when you're looking in front of you. Phone, traffic signs, driving support. So this is where the Honda sensing comes in. When you set the cruise, it'll tell you the yards in front of you. It's fully customizable right here. So this will turn it on, pressing this button. So now it's ready. Then you'll just press set. Then you got your speed set. And then this distance from the car in front of you. So that's max range out. Then you can bring it in some. As you see, that's as close as you can go. I'm not sure on the exact numbers. Then this is for keeping you in the lane. It'll hold you in the lane. So now you know that's on because it popped up on the bottom right. So you got your own little runway right there. Honda does a great job. Like, I'm not a lazy driver. I normally always have my hands on the wheel doing everything, but sometimes it's nice to just watch what the computer can do. Like I said, this isn't full-time like Super Cruise like on GM or Tesla. So you do have to like move the steering wheel. Okay, calm it down, Yukon. You have to just tap the steering wheel, a little left, little right every minute, or it'll cancel out eventually because it thinks that you're asleep and you're not supposed to be doing that while it's driving you. Then this car does have auto lights. Then this is for your fog lights to turn on and off. A beautiful leather wrapped steering wheel. All your volume, infotainment controls, and for the clusters on the left. Your voice assist, answer, in calls, and all your cruise control stuff's on the right. It's got a good horn too. It's got a better horn than our last LX. This is like a good horn. It's got the real horn. Moving over to the middle, take a look at the infotainment system. This is Honda's integrated. It's the same on the Acuras too, depending on which one you buy. So this is the main screen. This is touchscreen. So we have all these apps. You can go through home. I haven't really messed with it that much. The CarPlay and the Android Auto is magnificent. Immediately, as soon as you plug it into the USB, it's instantly ready to go. So I like that a lot. It's a good screen. It takes up the entire, whatever size that is, I don't know. And overall, I'm really happy with the infotainment system. Being a Honda, it's going to be super user-friendly. It's pretty common sense if you know how to use anything with technology. Then there's where this fake gloss carbon, but it looks great. It rolls across the dash and on the door panel. Honda did a good job. Then we're going to talk about the powertrain next after we get outside. But this is your paddle shifters, but this is the 1.5 with the CVT, the continuous variable transmission. I'll explain that to y'all in a little bit. But I mean, this is a 1-speed car. It does not have actual gears. So it just fakes it like you're shifting through gears, but you're not. But it's okay. That's how you get the good mileage. Coming down here to the climate control. We're going to turn that on because it's hot. I'm sweating. So this is for the driver's side. Then you can sync, so then it goes both passenger and driver. Circulation, then you just go through the modes right here. Super simple and easy. I like how Honda integrates it right there, and it's all still buttons that you use and not through the touch screen over there, because that's annoying. Then down here you have 2 USBs and then a regular 12-volt power outlet. And it's nice because you can put stuff in here and then Close it up and hide it. There we are. Then coming down to the shifter, you just have your standard park, reverse, neutral, drive. Then you have your eco mode, your sport, your auto start stop off, your electronic parking brake, and then the brake hold. So eco isn't on right now, but I'm gonna turn it on. It's gonna pop up on the cluster. Oh, it was on, my bad. There we go, eco's on. Go back up here. So eco on. What that really does, it tunes with the way the throttle mapping is, and with being just more efficient to help get the extra mile or two, whatever. Makes you feel like you're doing good stuff. You got a green leaf. Then you got your sport. I like how on this car, so we're in regular mode, but then when you put it in sport, the tachometer changes, then you got a little boost gauge. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. And also, it goes from the white ambient lighting across the cluster to red. You're full on racing now. So it's pretty cool. I like the little stuff Honda does. Then you of course can turn off your auto start stop, because that's dumb. It's not good. If you have the AC and all that going, it's drawing so much power, the car isn't even off that long and it immediately turns back on. So you just press that button, now it's off, so it won't kill itself. Turn off the AC so y'all don't hear the blower motor. Then brake hold's actually a really cool feature. I'll show you real quick. So we're in drive. Take my foot off the brake. We're rolling forward. Car won't stop after press the brake. So we press this button right here, brake hold, the bottom. Now that's enabled. So we're gonna roll forward. Oh, it wants me to have my seatbelt on, hold up. Yep, we driving without a seatbelt through the parking lot. Okay, so we're rolling forward. Then I come to a stop. There, now it's on, brake hold. It's in drive, my foot is off the brake, but it's holding until I hit the throttle again, and it's good. Come to a stop again. Hold, pops up on the screen right there. It's holding the car. It's actually a really handy feature. I like it a lot. Since we're in it real quick, we'll do a little pull right here, just because, you know, I'm not going to be too hard on this car because it only has 80 miles on it. It's brand new, but it rolls. Yeah, it's a good driving car. I like it a lot. Turn around, it turns on a dime, of course. Like literally, that's not even turn the steering wheel all the way. That Jeep dude better not have stole my tripod. Yeah, you're not doing that, bud. Just get out of here. But it's pretty freaking sweet. That's gonna cover the interior. I'm gonna show you all the trunk real quick, and then we're gonna check out the power plant on this thing. Alrighty, moving on to the trunk. Open it up. Got this good Accord mat back here. We got a few Howdy Honda bags and visors and masks that you don't need anymore. So it's a good trunk size, but to maximize the 16.7 cubic feet of storage, you got to fold down the back seats. So you just pull these handles right here, and that gets the backrest in the second row. You just pull the seats forward, then you get your 16.7 cubic feet of storage. See if it goes all the way down. I haven't done this yet. Yeah, that seat needs to go up some, but as you can tell, it's pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't be putting that big of stuff in this car, but you know, it's handy to have it. Well, that's the trunk. Close that up. Guess we'll take a look at the back too, real quick. Panel's the same on all four doors. There's no gloss though, it's just a black finish. You know, your window control. Good little storage compartment. Back seats in these cars are super comfy. I have the seat all the way back because I'm 6'4". And I'm sitting in here and my legs still aren't even touching the seat that's how I would be driving, a super tall person. So Honda does a good job. Then in the middle, we don't have the air conditioning vents, but we have 2 USBs, so you can charge your stuff. Only one pocket on the passenger side. We have these nice rubber mats again back here. And when this door is closed, it gets dark back here with this good tint. I like it. Then it's the same thing like how these front seats, it's all leather on the back though, I like that. But leather headrest, leather on the sides, and the cloth comes down in the middle. And then this center is all leather. So Honda has done a good job. You get a lot for your money with this car. And I'll show you all the sticker and what we paid for it at the end of this video. This does not have the struts. It has its own little arm that you gotta manually put right here. Pops in. Okay, let's take a look under the power barn. What you're looking at in all its big block displacement glory. No, I'm just kidding. This is 21st century, we don't got that. This is a 1.5 liter direct injection turbocharged 4-cylinder Honda motor. They've had this motor for quite a few years now. It's proved to be very reliable, not as reliable as its big brother, the 2 liter with the 10-speed. This has a CVT, but it's a great motor. You just have to do your common sense maintenance stuff and just don't abuse it. It has 192 horsepower, 5,500 RPMs, and believe it or not, but 192 foot-pounds of torque at just 1,600. This is a torquey motor. I hate to say it, but there really is replacement for displacement now. The saying used to be there is no replacement for displacement, but that was for old carbureted motors. Whole different intake setup, lightning setup. Now everything is just gone with this super high pressure injection and the smaller displacement, but with the turbocharging to get the better mileage and power, which, yeah, it sounds great and it looks great on paper, and money-wise it's great, but from a reliability super long standpoint, it's not there. But, you know, nobody keeps their cars like how they used to anymore. With all this computer stuff, it makes sense. So it's the 1.5 hooked up to the CVT. Like I said, I'm gonna go over what a CVT is in a minute if you don't know what that is. Let's go over the mileage real quick. So this thing has an average of 4 to 450 miles on the tank. It has like a tiny little 13-gallon tank. This thing holds like no fuel. This is not a performance engine. I mean, it runs good, but it can run on your standard 87 unleaded. You don't have to be putting 91 or 93 in it. Don't even worry about mid-grade. Just run the 87. Save the money. It doesn't affect the performance on this car whatsoever. Alrighty, we're gonna break down that CVT transmission. I have my cheat sheet and I wrote down a bunch of notes doing some research to describe a CVT. We're gonna go with the easy, what you call it, and then we're gonna break into depth. So if you're sitting on the couch, lean a little forward, turn up the volume, concentrate. If you're on your phone, just don't be lollygagging, listen for like 1 minute so you know the difference between a regular automatic transmission and a CVT, which stands for Continuous Variable Transmission, CVT. The easy answer is a CVT, unlike a regular transmission, which has a bunch of gears, CVTs don't have any gears at all. Like transmission says 1, 2, CVT is 1 speed. Difference is your transmission has all the gears and it's got the fluid, torque converter, all that good stuff. This is a lot more basic, broken down, and it's what gets you the good mileage. Basically, I'm gonna put a diagram now. Thank you, Scotty Kilmore. It's essentially a bunch of metal belts with various shaped drum-like things inside the transmission that make the car, whichever speed, whether you're idling to speeds down the highway, the most efficient possible. And that's why a lot of these little cars like this are switching to CVTs now, because they're cheaper and easier to make. The reliability, I don't know about that one, but they're also easier to meet the emissions. You're looking at a Honda, you don't have to worry, but if you're buying a car, most cars now, even sedans and SUVs, are having the CVT transmission. So you want to do your research. Honda, by far, you don't have to worry about them. They make their own CVT transmissions. They have their own team that specializes in building these cars to being as good as what they are. Toyota, the same thing. I'm choosing a Honda over Toyota, that's my preference, but the exact same thing. An example to look out for would be something like Nissan. Nissan buys their CVT transmissions from a complete different company called, what's it here? It's called Jatco. They supply 49% of all the CVT transmissions across the world. Other companies like Chrysler and GM use them, which they very rarely put that in their vehicles, but the few they do have that transmission, and they're just more of a standard. They buy the transmission and they program it to meet the needs of their car. But no, just watch out. Like Mitsubishi, Nissan, all them that are doing CVT, no. But stick with Honda, Toyota, Subaru does their own, good. You can stick with them. So I hope that helped a little bit. I don't know a lot about these. I just looked it up real quick to describe to you. I can work on engines and stuff, but when I see the transmission, I look at it and I'm like, hey buddy, listen here. You just keep doing the thing. I'm service you, but I'm not touching transmissions. Anxiety meter just pegs out, so no thank you. Hope that helped a little bit. If not, just research a video of a mechanic breaking down a CVT transmission, because I'm not a mechanic. I just like to know everything about cars, a little bit of everything. Hope that helped. There you go, peace. That's gonna wrap up this review of this Honda Accord. I hope y'all enjoyed it and got everything you wanted. If I didn't answer a question that you might have, just drop it down in the comments. I'll gladly answer it. Hope to be making some more videos on this car. And if y'all have any ideas of stuff you want me to do with this car or something else, see if I can make it happen. But appreciate y'all for watching this video. Hope y'all have a good start to this 2023. Oh, one other thing we'll look at real quick, because I remembered. We'll throw it in last. Let's take a look at the door sticker. Okay, so it was manufactured in October of 2022, so it's 2 months old. Dang, this car only weighs 4,000 pounds when it's at its max gross vehicle rating. It's got a payload, 850 pounds. It's not bad, you know. It's good. Assembled in America. I like that. It's good. There's a VIN so you can steal this car. Yep, it's good. You got everything. Still can't roll down the windows for a few more days because it's tinted. But we're just going to start putting some miles on this Honda. And you know, it's a Honda. You don't got to worry about nothing. But y'all have a good one.